Hi, Bruce Johnson here, and I have two questions for you. Question number one, when was the last time that a company actually surprised you? And question number two, how did it make you feel? My guess is it made you feel pretty excited, warm, happy, thrilled, and more importantly, you probably wanted to tell some other people about that experience, right? You wanted to remark to other people about what happened to you when you experienced that. For example, last month, my wife and I went to Hall's Restaurant to celebrate Valentine's Day. Now, because of some scheduling conflicts, we couldn't actually celebrate it on Valentine's Day, Sunday the 14th. The best day for us was actually the Monday before, so literally 6 days ahead of time on Monday the 8th. So we walk into Hall's, and as they usually do, they ask, are you here to celebrate a special occasion with us? And I said, well, we're here to celebrate an early Valentine's because our schedules couldn't work out right for Sunday. They said, great, we're glad you're here. So we walked upstairs, we get to our table, we go through the beginning parts of the meal part of the experience, and then in walks one of the owners, Billy, and Billy walks up to her table and he has 2 glasses of champagne and he says, these are complimentary on us, thanks for celebrating Valentine's with us. And we talked to him a little while, then he left. Now that was pretty surprising, right? Because remember, we're here 6 days early and they're treating us like it's Valentine's. That was amazing. And we got to the meal was phenomenal. The steaks, I believe, are aged like 62 days, great steaks. The sides were amazing. The collard greens had this like Asian taste to them, they're phenomenal. But when we were done, the server came up to us and said, hey, because you're celebrating Valentine's, we want to let you know that your dessert is complimentary on us. So we not only got the 2 champagne, but we also got a dessert. And the dessert we ended up choosing was a hummingbird cake, which is kind of like carrot cake, but with banana bread. And it was about this tall, and it took us like 3 or 4 days to finish eating it. It was remarkable. But continually through that whole experience, they kept surprising us. And because they surprised us, we told family and friends about it, and now I'm telling you about it, right? Whenever you surprise a client or customer, they're not only endeared to you, but they want to tell other people about that experience. And isn't that what you want? Don't you want to surprise your customers, your clients, so they're going to spread the word of mouth about you? Remember, anything that's remarkable, people will share. If it's just ordinary, they won't. So how can you be more remarkable? How can you surprise more of your customers and clients? Well, here are 4 keys. First one is this. You want to get clarity on what their expectations really are. What they really are. Not what you think they ought to be, not what you think they might be, but what they actually are. And this is critical because if you think someone's expectations should be here and their expectations are here, there's absolutely no way you can surprise them because you're not even meeting their expectations. And if your expectation is here and their expectation is here, they're just fine. The only way to get somebody to be surprised is to exceed their expectation. And to do that, you have to actually have conversations with them. For example, let's say you have a software company. In your software company, you have a support ticket system. So in your support ticket system, you say, okay, if someone writes in, let's say at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday, we think that if we get back to them within 24 hours, like they should be happy with that, right? Well, my guess is probably not, right? 24 hours is a long time if you're frustrated with something in a software product. Well, let's just say that you start thinking about it and talk to your team and say, if we think 24 is their expectation, what if we got back in 4? Like that would wow them. But you've had software products too, right? And you've had to put in a support ticket. And when you're frustrated and you can't do something, is 4 hours really going to surprise you? Probably not. So if you actually start talking to customers, you might find out that their expectation is that if I've got a problem, if you get back to me within an hour or 2, well then I'll feel like, that was good. If you get back in 4, I'm okay, but anything past 4, forget it. Now you actually have some data, and then finally you realize that if we want to surprise them, we've got to figure out how to get back to somebody in, let's say, 10 or 20 minutes. That would really wow people, right? You can't wow somebody, you can't surprise somebody unless you know exactly what their real expectations are, not what you think they should be or what you think that they actually are. You got to have conversations. So that's number 1. The second key then is that you want to then pick an unexpected time to surprise them. Pick an unexpected time to surprise them. One of my all-time favorite movies is a movie called Finding Forrester. Now, if you haven't seen it, the main character, Forrester, is played by Sean Connery. He's a reclusive white writer, wrote the great American novel and then stopped. And now he's older, and a young black inner-city kid played by Rob Brown, his name in the movie is Jamal. And Jamal and he begin this mentor-mentee relationship. Great movie. In the middle of the movie, Jamal is starting to fall for this woman named Claire. And so he having the conversation with Forrester, and Forrester decides to offer him some advice and says to him, the key to a woman's heart is an unexpected gift at an unexpected time. an unexpected gift at an unexpected time. I love that line. I wish I'd written it. But it is absolutely critical for you and your business. Because the mistake that a lot of business owners make is when they try to do something special, they almost always do it at expected times. In other words, they try to do something special at Christmas. They do something special on New Year's, or Super Bowl Sunday, or Mother's Day, or Easter, or 4th of July, or Memorial Day, etc. And whenever you do something when it's kind of expected that you're going to do something, it's a little less remarkable because you expect them to do something special, right? If we had shown up on Valentine's Day and Halls had done the exact same things, they would have been appreciated, but they wouldn't have been quite as surprising because we would expect something to be different on Valentine's. It was the fact that it was 6 days early that made it more remarkable. So as you're thinking about how to surprise people, try to pick unexpected times to do something unexpected. That's key number 2. The third key is going to be that you want to refuse to copy what other people are doing. Refuse to copy what other people are doing. Some of you might know that in a previous career, I used to pastor a large church, started 2 families, grew to 2,000 people, left back in 2005. And in that time, I visited a lot of churches and have since then. And if you go around to a lot of churches, one of the things you'll notice is they all tend to copy one another. And a lot of things, one of them would be the gift. So if you go to visit a typical church here in America and you're on your way out and you're a guest, they're going to give you some kind of gift. Now what happens is all the gifts are pretty similar. They might give you a really cool coffee mug with their logo. They might give you a water tumbler with their logo. They might give you a t-shirt with their logo. They might give you a Bible or something like that. But they're going to give you some kind of gift. But if you go to a bunch of churches you're visiting to pick a church, you're going to find out that you end up with 5 t-shirts or with 5 cups or 5... And none of it is remarkable because you're doing the same thing in every place. And by the way, just an important key to remember, anytime you give somebody something with your logo, it is not a gift, right? Anytime you give them a gift with a logo, it's a marketing piece, right? That's why we call them ad specialties. So if you give somebody a gift with your logo on it, they don't think it's a gift, right? And those t-shirts, they're only worn by most people when they go to paint something in their house, right? Because they don't want to be a marketing arm of your business simply because you gave them a t-shirt with your logo. So don't give people things with your logos if you're trying to get new customers to love you. So back to the example. If you want to give somebody a gift that's surprising, you have to know what your competitors are doing and then do something different. If everyone is going this direction, everyone is zigging here, then don't try to zig here. You want to zag here. You want to go the opposite direction. That's the only way you'll be remarkable, by knowing what everyone else is doing and then doing something different. You want to surprise them? Do something different. And then key number 4, then make sure you don't run the same play over and over again for any length of time. This is another huge mistake that is often made. Let's say that you come up with something surprising on the first time. The second time that someone experiences that, it's a little less remarkable. If you've heard me talk about remarkability, this is what I say. Everything in life goes from remarkable to ordinary to death. So the second time, it's less remarkable because the expectations have changed. The third time, even less. And ultimately, it becomes something that people expect and it's no longer surprising. So for example, let's say that you're in the professional services market. Let's say you're an accountant, an attorney, a financial counselor or something. And you decide that, on somebody's birthday or their anniversary, I'm going to send them a basket with some wine, some cheese, and crackers. Now, the first time they get that, they may be surprised because maybe no one has ever done that for them. Wow, this is pretty cool. But then if you do it year 2, it's on their birthday, you do it again, they go, oh, this must be the thing that he or she does. And then by year 3, before their birthday comes, they say, I wonder what bottle of wine we're going to get this year, right? It no longer is a surprise, it's now an expectation. So if you want to surprise people, you have to make a decision to constantly change up the play. You might run the play for a month or 3 months or 6 months, but don't keep running it over and over again year after year because it won't be surprising. Now, if you want to create great customer love, if you want to get real raving fans, if you want people to be surprised, then follow these 4 keys. Make sure that you get clarity on what they really expect, not what you think they should expect or what you might think they should expect. Secondly, make sure that you pick an unexpected time to surprise them. Don't just do it when everyone else is doing it. Thirdly, refuse to copy what everyone else is doing. So if everyone's giving a thumb drive, don't give a thumb drive. And then finally, make sure you don't run the same play over and over again over a long period of time. If you do those 4 things, you'll start surprising more of your customers and clients on a more regular basis. And not only will they be wowed, but they're going to want to tell other people about their experience with you. And the more that they do that, the more customers and clients you're going to get. You got to surprise them. Those 4 keys will help you. Now, if this was helpful, I would encourage you to make sure that you pass it along to some of your other friends who are business owners and entrepreneurs. If you're on social media, make sure you like it or retweet it. Make sure you share it. And then finally, if you want to contribute to the conversation and you're reading this on my blog post, just scroll on down and add this in the comment section. Or if you're watching this someplace else, make sure you go to www.wiredtogrow.com and add your comments there. Until next time, I wish you well to your accelerated success. Bruce out.